Hello and welcome back everyone. Now today is one of those days that you wait for in landscape photography. I've got the perfect conditions in the perfect time of year for the location I'm in. So we've got autumn, we've got this amazing fog. Now I've been coming to this location time and time again throughout the year, and it looks like it's hopefully going to finally pay off today because we've got these amazing conditions of the fog. I've also got my film camera with me. I've been kind of making it a bit of a tradition now when I come out to do my photos and my videos to take my film camera with me. Now I've got Kodak Gold 200 film in here. There was no particular reason for that. It was just what I happened to have in my camera and I'd bought for it a little while back. I've only got 10 photos left, so I'm gonna have to be really careful with the compositions I choose to take on it and setting up everything. But yeah, I'm really excited, perfect conditions. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, I'm just setting up the second film composition now. I think again this is going to be best in portraits, a vertical orientation. It's this tree we're concentrating on, and most of the scene sort of plays out upwards along the frame rather than anything too exciting on either side of it. So just concentrating on a kind of portrait orientation to show off that kind of shape of this tree. Going to get one on film, one on digital, and I'll put them both up. All right. Keeping the settings nice and simple as well, by the way. So this is the film speed's 200, so it's sort of the same as ISO 200, and I'm shooting at f11 and then 1/4 of a second. So I've got my next composition set up, and it is another one I found when I was out looking for potential compositions in this area. And I come across these two trees, and it's something I always try to look out for, and I think it's really good to look for in your woodland photography. And that's a strong subject with lots of character. So I really like the interaction between these two trees, the sort of crossing over the branches. Adds a kind of human drama element to it. It lets your imagination run a bit wild. So maybe it looks like a sort of jewel or some kind of interaction between the two. And what I hadn't really properly noticed before when I was here, but I was kind of hoping for, was the splashes of yellow colour. And just off behind me, you can see this amazing splash of yellow leaves. And I really think it adds something, a nice colour element to the image. I am a bit concerned I'm trying to get a bit too much in. I should maybe focus just on the character of these trees or the colour, not both. So I'm going to get one in vertical as well of these trees and one in landscape to get that colour in too. I've also got a nice sort of glow from the sun coming through in the background, adds a nice bit of depth and sort of mystery to the image. All right, I'm going to get one on the film camera and one on the digital. Hope you enjoy the images. Okay, so I've actually just found a new scene, which is really lovely. I first withdrew to this tree. I think it makes a good kind of anchor point for the image. It's got quite a lot of character, like the lean to it. But what I really loved in this scene was we've got these little splatterings of yellow. So sort of, I always like to think of them as kind of brush splatters, you know, of paint, of little yellow, and they contrast against a really dark background because we've got some quite thick forest just behind there. So we've got the dark against the light yellow, and that combined with the fog just looks really amazing. It's quite magical. We've also got a little bit of a path through here. I think it's a deer path actually. This adds a little bit of a subtle leading line into the image. I think, again, this might look better as portrait, but I will get a landscape and a portrait. And something I'm doing here is I'm already thinking about my editing. I really like the kind of slight blue of the fog, and I really like the yellows in the leaves, so I want to bring those out a little bit. And what's brilliant is when you've got yellow and blue, it's a complementary colour relationship. So that always looks really quite pleasing to the eye, and it's something I'll probably try and bring out in the edit as well on the digital images. And we'll see how they come out on the film as well on this Kodak Gold film stock. All right, I'll get a couple of photos and put them up on the screen, and yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, so I've just taken the last photo on my film camera, which I'm a bit gutted about. I should have probably taken out another roll of film, but that's how it is. But I've really enjoyed this. It's amazing. The conditions are absolutely perfect, and a lot of things have just sort of all come into place today. So I've been visiting this area throughout the year and trying to find compositions and thinking about the potential for later in autumn when we did hopefully have the day that we did have today. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. And also, one thing I love doing in autumn, and I was looking for last autumn, was sort of splatters of leaves. So imagine them more like kind of paint splatters and things like that, and then a bit more of an abstract approach to autumn. And I've kind of combined that today as well. I've been really lucky to combine that with the fog. So I think hopefully I got some really nice images, and I really hope you've enjoyed again this combination of film and digital. As I keep saying, it would be really great to know which ones you like and maybe why, if there's one you prefer over the other. Anyway, I'll leave you some images at the end, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll join you next time.